that I could focus on people. And I was told one time I could just focus on somebody and know what's going on. But I never wanted to, and that was when I was getting into Reiki. And it's like, never, ever, ever wanted to violate anybody's free will by going into their energy field.
Yeah.
So if I was going to read people too, I always tell them I'm getting my information from my higher self, or comes in through my heart from your higher self. They're communicating. It comes
Right.
down through me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want to violate anybody. I don't know all the rules. You know, I think I know what's right, but we've been tricked so much. It's like, we don't know what to believe anymore. You know, just have to really trust what comes from within, I guess.
Yeah. Well, no, everything is within. All communications are in. Everything through perception is in. Everything through the mind is in. Everything through the audios and everything through the heart and the soul. That's the only way you can communicate with the higher self. And it's extremely hard to do because it takes a lot of practice. You know, it's kind of like seeing way beyond. Like if you see your hand, you should be able to see the atom system and actually see beyond. It's laser. It's connection laser. That's connected to the 5-point divisions of electronic interference.
So is all the beanbag, bumpy beanbag stuff, is that the crystals inside the body? Is that what that is?
Antimatter particle, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because I've been noticing that over the last less than a year.
Yeah, it's getting connected through your light activations. Once you get connected with those, then you get more communications with your higher self. Then you get into coloration patterns. Then you get into psychic divisions. Then you get into energy circles. Energy circles are very fantastic stuff because now you're connecting with atmospheres through father and mother and communications of archangels and angels and all definitions when it comes to the 4 elements of the atmospheres: fire, water, earth, and air. Yeah. You can actually look at the water and actually synchronize the moments, and actually there's lacing lines and patterns in the water. So you can actually change everything through its rhythm.
It's funny that you said water, because I've done healings for the water in this area, and I've done it through, all of Earth. I don't know if I'm going way beyond what my skill set is, but I knew to do it. I knew how, like with my intention, it just went through.
Yeah.
But it's like every time you shower, you're sending, I don't do it every single time, but it started in the shower, and it started with, well, if I'm cleansing my body, I'm cleansing my spiritual body, cleansing my energy field, why not send my blessings back up? And then it started going back and further and further. So anyway, it's funny that you just said that today, because I was literally washing some dishes, and I did it again, because it was like, this water is still polluted. There's still fluoride in this water. I know there is. And I literally had to just stop washing off the pasta, and get my hands down in there and just be like, I'm blessing this, sending it back up.
Yeah, anything through knowledge of intelligence has to be within, and it also has to be beyond its existence. That's the only way you can communicate. And like I said, practice makes perfect. But it's understanding to use your programs properly and efficiently enough to know what you're doing. Okay, because it's in a grid, and that grid is its connection when it comes to the center of balance, which is you, which is the higher self and communications. It's not just what's in front of you, because people are connected through the screens, right? So it's understanding everything through its upgrading, down processing link systems. So once you understand the grid system, now you understand everything through the matrix, and it goes around and round.
Yeah.
It's everything that you see in front of you. And then you understand everything through division of dimension.
Well,
it's putting all the pieces together. That's what it is through the program.
So that communication earlier, it could have been the water talking to me, or
that's
it could
exactly
have been my
what
higher
it is. That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
So if it was communicating to my higher self was nudging me, or
yeah,
because I didn't feel like it was somebody on the outside.
When you look at the water, everything is an atom, Lynda. When you look at the atom, you're communicating through the inner self, which is the higher self. You're not communicating through the human vessel. So we're connected now through higher self, because the higher self is the only way it can communicate through simulation in the matrix. It can't communicate in 3 dimension, because the higher self is not density, it's light. Okay, so everything around you is light through dimension. So when you're communicating with water, and water's communicating with you, it's sending an energy pattern. It's sending a voicing grid. It's sending alignment through shapes, letters, and numbers. And like I said, if you watch my videos, I was communicating with the circuitry, and it was communicating back to me and spelling a word.
I I like when you put your hands up and they disappeared in the portal. I was like,
Yeah.
whoa, whoa.
See, it's powerful stuff when you understand lights.
I've
And
seen some lights on too, like when behind me or different times when I've set up
but you
the
got
camera in
amazing
different ways.
contrast background. I can't see anything outside. So your portal division is nice and bright. Okay, I can still see. See, the thing is, the higher you go through dimension, the faster it wins faster and faster through its connection of its atmospheres. So it's knowing that your light activation is glowing. But if you see outside in the background, you have to work on your alignments and your chakra systems to get to higher grades of upgrading systems. So the more you understanding, Lynda, all communications, your light activations at the back will be so bright, okay, you'll be understand its knowledge of its intelligence a lot better. That's what it is. All right.
So do turn on the lights in the back or don't turn on the lights in the back when I'm doing videos. Which one?
No, I see it through my perception. See, my perception is different from yours.
No, I mean, like I have my daughter edits, and she'll be like, "Mom, your lighting was terrible."
Yeah.
Like, you're supposed to put the light in front of you, not behind you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's funny.
No, because there's a lot of YouTube channels that have dark in the back, which is dark, and light in the front. That's light and dark. So you have to understand the differentials through body systems because everybody's connected through their own knowledge of intelligence. But where are they getting their energy of communication from? Where are they getting their vortex divisions, right?
Yeah.
So it's very important to understand when you're going through knowledge of intelligence.
Sorry.
You understand everything through the simulation of its matrix and the light activations. So
yeah, it's funny you were saying that about other channels too, in the dark and dark or light and dark. Not quite sure if I understood that. Like, are we light only, or I thought we were light and dark? That's what I.
We are light and dark until we get up to the God frequency.
Okay. All right. Yes. Okay. That makes sense. Because there are other channels where it's just like, I just can't watch anymore. And I had this, Melissa was talking about that, and that's exactly what I was doing. We're on the same page. I'm like, I can't listen to you anymore, or
and
I have to take a break.
Keep your body healthier, Lynda.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Because now you're using your protection. Now you're using your angels and your archangels and more communication. You don't want your energy to be taken away from you.
Right.
Right. So understanding that too, you get a better idea of what's happening with your light and dark.
There was a dream. I didn't remember any this morning, but when I woke up, I knew I was dreaming. But a couple weeks ago, or maybe a month ago or so, I had this dream, and I was in my old church that I grew up in. Mm-hmm. And I was asking for a wake-up call, which I laugh at the symbolism, but I was asking for a wake-up call. You know when you go to a hotel and they give you wake-up calls?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was actually setting up a wake-up call for myself. Mm-hmm. And when I got on the phone, I could see myself above myself. I was viewing it, and it was like a glass box around me. It was clear. Oh, wow. And I knew it was my protection. I knew like nothing. And it was like I popped up, I saw it, and then I came back down knowing I was fully protected. So it was like a really good reassurance, I guess, that I needed to have.
That's the most important thing is you have to protect your light.
Yeah.
That's very, very important.
And I don't know if I'm messing up and I do something and I don't know, because it's like I sometimes I feel like on my channel I feel like I'm the blind leading the blind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know whenever I make a video, it's because I was guided to beforehand, and I got to push. Like it literally, they sit on me to do it, do the video. But I do feel sometimes like, maybe I really shouldn't put that out there. Maybe I second guess myself too. And you were talking to Melissa about that. I know the feeling of second guessing.
Well, I know, but you started off, you gave her advice. It was scary for you at first, and then you got into it and you said, this is no problem. I can do it now. Right. And look how successful you are.
Well, it's not even, the whole thing is not even about being successful, like just wanting to help empower other people so that nobody's bowing down to anybody else or to any religion or anything like that, that they're going within to self-empower and reconnect. Mm-hmm. And one of the big points I always wanted to bring home was that, and maybe I'll talk about this, maybe I'll make a video about this one, but just to get to know your own thoughts, get to know.
That's what you
just
need.
keep people's brains.
That's what everybody needs. Yeah.
they've run on overtime. Like they
Yeah.
literally just can't stop their thoughts. Cause I talk to people about meditation, and when we talk about it,
Mhm.
they're like, I can't do that. My brain's running, so maybe I need to make a video about that. Get back to the basics, something like
Basics
that.
are good because there's a lot of people that don't understand, Tell them that
Yeah.
they're in a different world. They're not in the 3 dimension anymore, Try to really formalize around that, knowing that they are computers and they're trying to get into their analytical program systems now.
So maybe tie it in with AI or something too, right?
AI, yeah, that's very important. Yeah.
Yeah. I just, I don't want to talk on too much about something I don't know about.
No, no, know what you know, okay? Because the
Yeah.
energy goes into you faster now because your cycles, okay? So it's amazing because what space does, the magnetic force and highway that I have, that energy goes right into you at that level. So every time you go through its speed, okay, look at that light, how fast that is, okay?
Yeah.
It's going like this
I
through
see
my
it.
perception. Now, I don't know what you see through your perception. You might see different coloration.
It's pixelated on the outside and it's gold and it's shooting out all over.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right? That's the galactic surface. Okay. So for you to communicate fully is to get into the God frequency. And now you have no more ego. That's what you want to do. It's getting rid of the dichotomy system and letting go of everything.
Yeah.
That's what it's the hardest thing to do, Lynda, is to surrender. And even if you don't surrender, what happens is space tells you in another way. Okay. That's what
Yeah,
they do.
I surrendered about a week ago, literally on my hands and knees, and I haven't
Yeah.
done that in years. And I wasn't going to surrender to anybody or anything, no other God outside of me, kind of thing. It was always like surrender
Yeah.
within. But I literally was on my hands and knees praying, saying, I don't know who I'm praying to, if I'm praying to anybody other than myself.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know what I was even saying anymore. It's like,
Mhm.
Jesus, I'm so confused,
Yeah. Praying is a code frequency.
Yeah.
All praying is, if you want to connect through anything through Gabrielle, Raphael, Michael, anything through Jaffiel, anything through Zedekiel, anything through, there's Raziel. There's so many different archangels.
Azra.
And they are there to help you. And we already know that. But you understand, the mind is spiritual. You are spiritual. So you have to connect through the spiritual and not the human vessel.
Yeah.
That's the only way we can understand anything. Because people are very confused right now. They're going through so many things, and they're still going through the crucifixions of Jesus. They're still in the shadows, and it's pretty sad. It is, because now they've been so much on their karma wheel, they don't know how to get off and get into another evolution of a light. Get into light. That's the hardest thing to do, is to let go and get into the light.
Yeah, getting into that trust zone. I mean,
It's the trust
feeling like
zone, yes.
I've been let down so much and I don't see any change. In fact,
Yeah.
I see it getting worse and worse. How can I trust?
Mm-hmm.
And you don't know what to say to people like that, because you really have to open up to that love again. You have to let your heart open up again. Every time I thought my heart was open and it really wasn't,
Yeah.
not easy. You're right.
No, but that's with your activations and your light. So anyway, you have any more questions? I know I keep talking. I want you to ask questions. That's what we're here for.
Oh, wow.
'Cause this benefits to everybody, especially the new viewers. Anything that you want to know, I can help you out and guide you,
Well, this morning when we were talking about music, or when you were mentioning music, and then we went back and forth on that.
Mm-hmm.
So just, is it certain music you have to discern whether can you elaborate a little more? Because you sent me back a 528 hertz, and the one I had sent you was 528 hertz. So it's not the frequency itself, it's the channel that it's coming through. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
because it's connecting through space, and you have to be careful because it could be on the same frequency level, but doesn't connect 3 pixels. Right? So it's kind of like, I don't want it.
Which is funny. It's so funny. You knew that and everything, but when I was listening to it, it was uplifting. Mm-hmm. So
I just
guess
listened
those
for a brief
perceptions
second and didn't have any synchronizing energy systems in it.
Yeah.
So I know it's
Well,
complicated. Everything that I say is complicated, but that's the point. That's the beautiful thing about the universe. It's so complex, right?
so it's like you're saying it didn't resonate.
Yeah, exactly. It didn't
I
resonate.
got it.
Same with YouTube channels. Just be cautious on what YouTube channels. I'm pretty good. You're good with that now because you're at the sixth dimension. So
Yeah.
you're going to be more self-aware. It's how to be aware with your conscious levels.
Yeah, I think too, even in the fifth dimension, when people are getting into their fourth density and fifth dimension, I think you can get, I mean, I could be wrong. You could tell me this, but I really feel like you get a good sense. I don't know how long I was there. I don't know when I arrived there, so to speak, or popped in and out and then maintained. I'm not really sure, but I know that you can get a really good sense of the discernment there. So as far as getting the systems ready, and I think you do something with the systems to get them ready for the next level up.
Mm-hmm.
I think the fifth dimension is still pretty good for discernment.
Yeah.
Really getting into that. Does it resonate or doesn't it resonate? Because
Yeah, exactly. You have to centralize your point divisions. Okay. Centralizing is putting everything into formation. Okay. And then it goes into the mind system. So it's all about adaptation through your archive system. And that archive is its astral records.
okay. Oh, I got a question for you. So we're talking about the chakra systems. This is important too, because I've been hearing, and I haven't listened to these channels as much lately anyway, but people were saying that you get rid of your chakras. They're gone. First three merge into one, top three merge into one, and then you have three chakras left, and then those three merge into one. So they're saying when you get to the fifth dimension, which didn't resonate with me, but saying when you get to the fifth dimension, you only have one chakra. What do you feel about that? Or what do you know about that?
One chakra. Well, you know the ground formations, which is Mother Earth, and then you have the root chakra, and you work your way up to the seventh chakra. So those are different dimensions. Okay. So the seven chakras come into one. Okay, that's what it is. So when you come into the yin and yang through your alignment system, now you're in full coloration of patterns. Okay, so now you're communicating with your pixels through your body activation systems.
Okay. So are each one of the chakras considered a portal in their own way that you can travel?
Bingo.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that makes a little bit more sense. When you're talking about some of them being third, fourth, fifth, if you're in the fifth dimension, you can't have a third or fourth density chakra, correct? Or can you?
You can have anything through alignment as long as it's in one sequency level of a vibration system, which is connected through all vibrations to one center.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so if you're in the fifth now, okay, no, I get it. I get it. Thank you. The aha moment again. Yep.
Yeah, it's complicated, but
because you're in the fifth, you're in the seventh, you're in the 12th, you're in the wherever you are right now, and
the thing is, you have to understand circulations
body.
and rotations and how everything works.
Yeah,
okay, that's what you have to get used to, because you're going to be using a lot of your hands a lot when it comes to scanning. Okay, very important stuff. You know, when you're up against anything through food or anything related to, you want to sit down, there's energy there you don't like, you don't sit there, or you can sit there and change it, but you have to understand the code, right? How to change like interference that somebody just sat there. Because if you sit there, that person that already sat there, that energy will go into you.
Ooh, give me 1 second.
Okay.
All right, my next door neighbor is going to be mowing the lawn in the back, so it's probably going to get loud any second. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay.
Tell me if that's too loud.
Yeah, so basically, it's just really getting connect with your energies. You know, like if somebody, you feel their energy and you sit down and that energy goes into you, you have to know exactly how to take it out of you, because it could be light or dark, or it could be all dark, right?
Because or just repel it.
What's that?
Or just repel it.
Yeah,
or let it transmute before it comes into your field.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah, you use your energy fields, and you can uprise your energy fields too. And that's where you get into the centralization, right? Through the central core system. The central core system is the galactic energy surface, which is its energy core. That's its connection when it comes in the mecha system. So, I mean, there's a lot of combinations that you have to understand through answering patterns, because everything is answered within. Your communications are answered within. Your perceptions are answered within. Your listening skills are answered within. Because you're communicating through entity force systems outside and inside. So
That makes sense.
yeah. So you introvert yourself, not extrovert. Introvert everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you feel about the violet flame? What are your thoughts on Saint Germain's violet flame of transmutation? Is he just the guardian of that, or is that something when we call the violet flame in, we can use at our will?
He's a guardian wall. Yeah, it's pretty informative. He's a guardian wall through his sentient universal system that's connected through all matrix grid workers. Once you get a connections understanding through structures, there are matrix workers, there's sentience, there's unified ascension, there's all many things that are connected through space and time. So we have guardian angels, defining angels, we have spiritual angels, we have spiritual realm angels. There's so many different divisions in this celestial channel. The celestial channel is an optical unit system, which is a connecting of a collection of a vibration through cloud interference of a dimensional set system that we reside on. Okay. So yeah, it's pretty informative, but like there's a little bit of light and dark there. Okay, because you have to understand that you have to live in the light. You can't live in the dark. You have to live in the light to know everything through its information system. Yeah, there is, and it all depends on who's channeling this about Germain. Okay, everybody who's channeling everything about Raphael, because it could be wrong information, right? It's extremely hard to communicate if you don't understand your alignment system.
Right, because then your filters could just misinterpret.
That's it. It's the filter. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're understanding that you are computers.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I guess the filters, do they eventually go away, or do they just fine tune?
No, they fine tune and they upgrade. Yeah. So it's processing energy that goes into, okay, it's cycle divisions and it rotates on so many cycles. When it goes into your body system, now it's connecting through its portal of its dimension. Okay. So now it's connecting to everything through your body framing system, and then it's going to put a new energy field because you're connecting to a higher force connection.
Right, right.
Okay.
So
you
all
can't
these
communicate
upgrades.
with different, if you communicate with different people, you have to have a different energy field. You have to have a different activation light. You have to have a different activation of an energy pattern. Right?
So you were also talking about planets, and I didn't understand your question yesterday when you asked that. And you were saying we're all connected to planets in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you could explain that a little bit more? Because that's a little, I mean, I get time travel and I
It's
get
heavy,
all that.
isn't it?
Well, it is, but it kept coming back to me as wait. So as I evolve, like I'll try to make this very simple. So see if this is simple-minded explanation. So as I evolve and grow, moving into the future, eventually I would become a planetary system. Is that it?
Pretty much,
like
yeah.
simple in a nutshell?
Yeah, you become your own matrix grid worker. You become your own operation program. That's how you get into the co-creation, into God frequency.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you fractile yourself off and become a planet and then actually come back and live on it?
Lynda, you can do anything that you want. I mean, you can travel into define. That's where you start off. Where there was an old chakra system in the 3-dimension. It can't handle the density light activation code system. So now we're in a new chakra system, which I created, which is the body simulator. Now you're connected through all 12 atmospheres and everything through stratosphere system to its connection of its nature core to the simulation grid system.
Wow.
Yeah. But no, that's it. Once you're in a high-rise division, you can create anything. But it's how to connect everything through alignments. Okay? You have to understand frequencies, you have to understand vibration, you have to understand toning, you have to understand. It's extremely hard to do because everything in creation comes from force recognizing everything through yin and yang. You have to understand what light is and you have to understand what dark is because it goes way beyond the river stream.
Yeah.
Okay. So understanding your life system and where you came from your past, present, and future, and living. I try to keep telling everybody this. So what is he talking about? You have to understand everything that's connected to the past, everything through the present, and everything to the future. Okay, because a lot of people are saying, whoa, I've been at the future. I'm drawing these things out. This is unreal. Knowing that, okay, so he's seeing something, he's drawing something out, and he's realizing he was in the future, but he can't interpret it. A lot of people see things, but they can't understand it. They can't put the information out. They don't know what they're talking about, right? And that's because you're not aligned with your body system. Okay? Because we're all connected through the chakra system. We were given chakras to communicate with the simulation, with the matrix.
Yeah.
Because everything has a past, present, and future. So once you understand your full alignments and how many times you traveled the past, the present, and the future, and you let go of the past, now you're living in the present, and now you know that you're playing in the future. Because that's how you telegraph energy systems from the future, not the presence.
Yeah. Wow. That is heavy. That's pretty interesting.
It's extremely heavy, but that's it. Heavy's good because that's going to give you a lot of thinking on how things are going through your program systems.
No,
Because
it's
your
really
planet
good.
system is already set in its division. It wants to get to know you. And once you know everything, okay, you understand everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny how it makes sense, and yet it's still mind blowing. But
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I know I've dreamt in the future. I know I've been there. I know in my dreams the real experiences, the dream awakening. I can't control that at will. But if somebody comes and like smacks me awake, or if there's some trigger that wakes me up and I know I'm somewhere else, I mean, they're incredible experiences because they're very real places where there's no gravity doesn't work the same way. The physics are totally different. The atmospheres are different.
No, that's exactly what it is, because you can't connect with density when you can connect with light activation. Light activation flies. Density doesn't. It stays on the ground formations through the Earth system, and it only has a rotation system. Okay, you were given a human vessel and a mind and a brain for a reason, but now we're getting into lights. We're getting into activation. We're getting into the higher self now.
And you know, the places where you can actually fly, there's still people that are asleep. There's still people that, which is strange because you think that if you go somewhere where the density is like what you would imagine when you're younger, what fifth dimension is, oh, it's heaven. You can do whatever you want. You can co-create. You can think and blink or whatever and manifest. And then when you go there and you're actually in that reality and you know you're in a higher density or lower density, no, a higher density, higher frequency, there's still people that look at you like, oh my God, what are they doing? You know, you can't fly. You're not supposed to do that. And they run and they cover their eyes and they don't want to see it. And it's like, do we ever come to a world? Is there ever a place where we come where everybody can not be surprised at the light, the powers, is there ever a place where there is not the dichotomy of dark and light? Are we ever at a place where it's just,
when you find peace with your planet and you know everything through its program, then you have peace within everything.
So these places then are places that I've created, or am I visiting like stations where multiple various other souls are there, or is it just all me?
These are places that already have been created. It's just opening up your perception and seeing the real reality of where you've been. That's what it is. It's opening your eyes and poof, I'm awake now. I understand I have a planet. Now I'm going to do my research. Because like I said, I connect through Lemuria, right? All of a sudden my mind's opening up, and why am I on Google? And why am I checking out Lemuria? Why am I checking out Atlantis? Who would do that? I mean, all of a sudden, my mind is changing, okay? Because everything through adaptation in space is connected through energy. And the thing is too, you probably already know this, but you don't control your thoughts. Space does.
Yeah, you're receiving it or picking up on it or interpreting it.
It's the space in your mind.
Yeah. Yep.
It has nothing to do with it's extremely complex.
Well, I say you don't control it for the most part, but can you not choose to create something? Is that not your control by will?
Once you get full control with your planet vibrations and everything through your galactic family, now you can.
Okay.
It's just all about remembering, Lynda. That's all it is. You have to remember where you came from. You have to understand all the lives that you live in the past, the present, and the future. Okay, it's a long process, right? Because if you don't understand the presence, but you understand the future, but you're not sure about the past, where's that alignment?
Right.
Right?
And if you're all one.
Remember you were talking about why are my chakra systems blocked?
Yeah.
right? You're in the 3 or 4 or the 5th dimension. They all have to be aligned into one frequency level to light activation. So it circulates and rotates. Okay. Now those chakra systems are going like this in your body right now. Okay. It's really cool because once you see it, it's actually scanning. You go through the x-rays, you can actually see someone's body, and so you can see the chakras. You can actually see everything through the electrical unit. I know it's extremely powerful stuff.
So they're
And
doing
don't be
better
surprised
today,
if you
Andrew?
see your energy fields of other people.
Doing better today, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, when I wake up and I have that, I just need to put all this into practice and make that daily, because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you just do it when you feel like doing it, and excuse me, you can't. You really need to do a disciplined approach to,
Yeah.
not just when you feel like it. You got to do it when you
Exactly.
don't feel like it.
Yeah. You have to basically cleanse it every morning. Okay. Because what that does, it uprises everything, and it takes all the toxins and everything out, because you're creating your thoughts. So you can't have to take out those old thoughts and put in new thoughts. Because if you keep those old thoughts, it's going to overload your program. Okay, so it's very important that you keep cleansing your alignment body systems through the body simulator, so you can activate your cycles.
Back to technology, solar texting. It's like cleaning out your old text because your phone's moving too
That's
slow.
exactly what it is. Exactly what it is. You have too many things on your phone that needs to be deleted, right?
I do. There's things that I want to keep. Like for example, my oldest son who passed away, there's a couple of voicemails from him that I don't want to let go of yet. And I know I probably should, but who's telling me I should? I'm not ready for that yet. It's like, I've let go of a lot of things with him. I've done a lot of healing with that in the last 2 years. But there's a couple things on there, like the last couple of texts that he sent to me. I'm not ready to delete those yet. And when I got an upgraded phone, it was asking me if it could automatically delete or archive or get rid of old messages if you haven't, like, in over a year. And I was just like, oh, hell no, not
Yeah.
getting rid of that. But yeah, I mean, at some point, maybe I will let that go. But I'm still working on letting all the ashes go. It's a process.
Yeah. Well, see, a lot of people too try to connect through the phoenix. Comes from the grave and out, and then it's
Yeah.
reborn again. So it's crevicing. It's trying to take out the grounds and just breaking free. That's what you want to do. Once you break free, everything around you is going to make more sense.
Yeah.
And why we have awareness and why we have consciousness. Where does consciousness comes from? I watch so many YouTube channels. They have no idea. What is consciousness? What is the mind? What does it do? Ask me. I know everything. So, and again, people are saying, why are you so cocky? I'm not being cocky. I'm connecting through energy. You have to understand how to communicate with energy within. You have to understand frequencies and vibration. And then you have to connect through the harmonics. Harmonics are fascinating. I mean, you can communicate with Vega. Whoa, that's extremely fast planet. Because everything's on a different vibration through different coloration. All right. So, and basically, once you get into that, then you get into a cosmic. Once you get in the cosmic, you get your own name, which is powerful stuff. That's given to you, but you have to be in the God frequency.
I wish I could, when I was dreaming, I wish I could have enough wits about me to ask somebody, hey, what planet am I on?
Yeah.
Hey, what dimension are we in?
Yeah. Don't
just
ever
so
think
I could.
crazy. That's why I'm doing my Zooms now, because we're all in this together, right?
Yeah.
And it's very important that you get to that level that you want to be at.
Yeah.
So it's a lot to take in. It really is. Knowing that you're living in a mystery of a universal system. And a lot of people are still floating, they're trying to rediscover themselves.
Yeah, that's something that crossed my mind earlier when you were talking. So people that were trying to wake up, trying to get as many people awake as possible, and we don't want anybody being left in 3D.
Yeah.
And we're talking about dark and light, and how you get to the point where, you're light instead of light dark or dark dark. I think there's still people, unfortunately, that are so stuck and brainwashed and conditioned that they're completely just, I'm just light, I'm just light, I'm just light, and they're totally refusing the dark. They won't even accept that there's both sides of it. And even trying to get that point across, there's still that disinformation and all of the bad programs that we're running to try to convince people otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
They don't get that they're both, and they need to combine the yin yang, like you said.
I know.
Opposing but complementary forces. They can't get the basic concept of that. So I
See,
have
they
no
have the
idea.
old programs and they have the new programs, and they're clashing together. So if they clash together, then basically the soul is fighting through light and dark, and it becomes extremely real through your ascensions. And I try to tell everybody, because people asking me, you don't even have to be asleep. You're awake and you're seeing these things. I mean, whoa, I mean, this is unreal. I'm in a dark forest. How do I get out? I'm having people that, oh, I'm remembering who I am now. Help me, please help me. It's like, you have to help yourself, and that's why I do these videos. And healing is done through, there's so much propaganda, and it's a lot of work. It's not just, and it goes into me, right? Because I have to go understanding that you have a planet that's either toxic, is a virus, or it's on a different lining signal through communications, but wrong signal through a shape, letter, and a number. Because everything is connected through alignments when it comes to structured buildings. Because everything in this space and time is holographic, right? So anything that doesn't fit to a T, you have to change it through vibration. And it's extremely hard to do. So it's kind of like connecting a puzzle back together. And bringing up its gravity system to its illumination light system, right?
Was that to get it from, like, say, 5th to 6th? Everything had to be brought up in that way and pieced together. And
what I did for you and Michelle was easy. That was no problem. I'm talking about stuff that has to be aligned through solar division, through solar planets, a whole new galaxy system,
complexes and everything.
Extremely complex through atoms. So it's understanding how to take your higher self, where you are through communications, and how to align everything through vibration frequencies and its harmonics. Energy and its thoughts, because you're creating anything in space. You can do that, but you have to be at its alignments through balance, through your chakra systems.
Well, I got another question for you. This is more personal than for, I guess, the audience, or people that are watching. But I want to say it was in the summer going into fall, I had an awakening. Like, my 10D self kind of broke out of being frozen and introduced itself to me. I think it was 10D. Now I'm questioning myself. No, it was my 10D self. It felt like it had been frozen. Because it was breaking out of, like, stone, and it was like coming back to life, more or less. So I guess my question was there a lot of 10th dimensional action in the past with the 144 or the angelics, or anybody that a group might have been placed in frozen, or is this sort of like a self-contained prison freeze?
Everybody's been self-contained. You're just opening and seeing the realization of what's happening through its past, present, and future, because everything through past, present, and future, through its alignments of its planets, has been fighting. So now you're seeing the truth of your planets. Now you're seeing the relation of your co-planets. Now you're seeing your relation of your galactic family. So you're coming together now, Lynda. It's understanding you're coming back, into alignment, which is so powerful through light. That's what you want to resonate on. So, but that's it, because there's so many wars. We're talking lasers firing back and forth through spaceships, planets blowing up, and Atlantis falling, Lemuria falling to the water containments. All that's risen now, right? So, knowing the history and its ancestry. Thing is, too, is you're going to find out where you came from, which is extremely powerful.
I'm looking forward to that. I didn't want to ask you that because I know there's things I need to find out on my own, and I know that's part of my mission, my soul contract, and whatnot.
You're given bits by bits, because it's extremely powerful energy. Because the light activations are on a different frequency level. The thing is, too, it's in chronological order, so you don't have to worry about that. It's not gonna send you information that you don't understand. It's something that you have to understand, and that's your program division through your proactive system, because the proactive system is everything through the cycle, because everything is a cycle and it rotates, right? So it's giving you information channel divisions okay, to your location centers, which is your higher self through communication and adaptation.
Yeah. I've gotten information from dreams from the time I was a child. So I've had a few key pieces that it's been like, I knew what realm I was from. I knew, like, you know, certain things. I knew some things I didn't get, some things I didn't want to see. Like, no, I'm just like everybody else. You know what I mean? So in order to accomplish things that I have to do in this life, it's almost like I have to, I want to learn how to, you know, let go of the ego like everybody else is. And I wanted to learn my
That's the
ego
thing. It's all
so
about,
that I could let go.
yeah, I know, because I see some hesitation and I see your thinking. The thing is, when you're in space, there's no thinking. There's only knowing and doing.
I was trying to explain it from the past though, because I get it. You're right.
You understand though?
Yeah. I do.
You understand how important your alignments have to be?
Yeah.
So
I didn't want to say the wrong thing. So yeah, I was second guessing again by not just spitting it out there. Yeah. Yep.
It's your positive feed, especially now because you're in this solar connection of 6th dimension.
So, all right. So wait, hold on. Let's go back a little bit because I used to talk way too fast. And then when I started to balance myself, I would speak slower. And it felt more peaceful, felt more heart-centered was to speak slower.
Yeah.
So now you're telling me I'm going to be talking faster, which I already did before.
Energy.
But
you're in a different cycle, Lynda. Okay. That's what it is. So your interpretation through integration is a different vibration center. So everything through chronological order of energy is going to be put into you, but it's going to be in a different level of intelligence.
I like the next spiral up. Yeah, got it.
So you won't be talking slow. You can talk slow if you want, but you understand to come back up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's complicated because now you're going through a different, that's what I was going into transcending. Right?
And I got to not worry if people can't understand what I'm saying, right? Go. I'm sure you can relate to that.
Yeah. Well, I've been really, I kind of feel, you know, alone sometimes because nobody can understand me at all. But now it's time for everybody to come back to a community of a love frequency because Michael's getting better. His channeling divisions are good and are up. Melissa's getting better. She's still extremely shy. So everybody has a lot of work. They know what they need to work on, and never, ever second guess yourself. Okay? Because that depletes everything through the higher self. The higher self doesn't go, yeah, I can't do that. I'm not going to fly to a planet. I don't know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? It's going to look pretty stupid. Right? Because it's real. And people say, no, this is extremely real.
It just reminded me of some dreams that I've had in the past. And it's going into like magic class, like a Harry Potter class or whatever. And just people looking at me like, what are you doing back here?
All the dreams that you've had, every single day you have a dream, okay?
Yeah.
Up to your age is now open. So all those dreams that you had in the past are coming to life through the past, to the present, and to the future. Okay, so your ascension is now open completely. So everything that you dreamt is becoming real. And now you're understanding what your dreams are. Which
is awesome because there's so many cool dreams I've had.
In the alignments into the past, present, and future. Once you get to 3 cycle systems through the 3 elements of the planet vibration systems, now you can get into the God frequency.
Wait, you said 3 element system?
Yeah. Planets. I call it planets. Yeah.
All right. I thought we were talking about like water, air, fire.
Well, no, planet is an element, but it's all connected through vibration frequencies and harmonics.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
Cool stuff.
I know. It's fascinating stuff. I mean, it's a lot to learn.
Well, thank you for being patient with people trying to catch up to your language, because I when you first came on, I started watching you, and sometimes I was just like, whoa, that's over my head. But
I know, but you're going to understand a lot more now, and you're going to be able to understand my illustrations, which is fantastic.
Yeah, and it really, I always resonated with you. Like I always knew what you were
Mhm.
saying was on, but there's times I had to go away and then come back and then go away and come back. And
Yeah.
I really appreciate what you're doing, and I just wanted to tell you that your videos have served a lot of people, and you're just everything that you're doing is it's much gratitude. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Now's the time to give back, and that's what it's all about, right?
Yeah.
So we have
Yep.
to vocalize everything, knowing that what you're seeing is its reality from its past, its present, and its future. Because when people dream, they don't understand the dream. They don't understand the interpretation. Is it in the past? Is it in the present? Or is it in the future? What am I dreaming? I can't understand it. And when you wake up, it's gone. You know why it's gone? Because you're not ready to remember.
Ah,
Because you're not
interesting.
awake. And you need a light activation to wake you up, right?
Wow.
So that's truth right there. That's a lot to take in, Lynda. Knowing why you're
Yeah.
put on this planet, and now your dreams are coming to life. Okay, you're going to even have connections with people from other planets that you never thought you would resonate with. Which is fascinating stuff. You know, other friends, other relations, other families. It's all going to come together. You're going to entity force system coming in, trying to communicate with you. And once everything is on its signature. Remember, I was talking about the heat signatures.
Yeah. Yeah. Energy signatures. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
well, you're in the sixth dimension. So you're going to get higher force connections coming into you. Okay, so you're not in a low vibration anymore.
Yeah, I feel like Andrew, don't you still get those in the fifth? Because I've been getting communications from there's certain signatures, energy signatures. Now maybe they were dark, I don't know. Maybe they were tricksters.
Yeah, but
But
do you
I
know they're tricksters?
yeah, I sometimes yeah. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm like, are you really just messing with me? Are you just stop using me as a puppet? I had to kick everybody I'm alone here, but I had to kick everybody out of my room one night. Like I'm having a conversation mentally. And
Yeah,
sometimes I would even speak it out loud and I would just be like, all right, stop. It's like they
yeah,
were trying to kick me out of the living room
yeah.
and tell me to go, it's time for you to go get your water now or whatever. And I find myself getting up and then I turn around I'm like, oh no, everybody out, everybody out. Not going to tell me what to do in my living room. It was pretty funny. But
No,
yeah,
but that's good. It's
I
it's
have
all about
visitors.
balance. Getting into your voicing grids and how to communicate with energy of intelligence through a higher form, right?
Yeah.
Higher shape, higher vibration, energy, frequency, thought pattern. Because everything in space is perfect. It's all perfect. And understanding the language. There's so much language you have to understand, right?
It's challenging. It's challenging to think of just even just not the vocabulary language part of it, but understanding, the multiple languages like from just English. That's all I know is English.
Hmm.
Now it's like, well, okay, gotta get working on that telepathy
Yeah.
and
And you got to focus things
receiving.
around you too. Really, really focus and look at things because everything is connected through the simulation, right? That's what it is. That's how you
I'll
can.
do that. I got a lot of practice. I got a lot of things to work on.
Yeah. So, is there anything else, or are we good?
Uh, is there anything else? No, I think we're
Anything through
good.
programs, anything through simulation, matrix, anything referring to your dream sets, anything through your alignments, chakra systems, anything through formations. How's your son, by the way?
Oh, interesting enough. I did talk to him yesterday and I was trying to tell him because we had words and I was just trying to tell him we'll talk about that later. And, don't worry about that. And I was trying to help him out. And then I said something to him about, and I was actually referring to myself and I was trying to say, you might lash out at somebody if you're not, I was giving him a little warning. And he actually was like, Mom, he was like, I just lashed out at somebody else. He's like, how did you know that? But we've had that connection. We've always had that connection. And then unfortunately, Andrew, I saw a post that he made on social media saying that he was never felt more alone than he did right there in that
Hmm.
moment. And it's like I knew I wasn't supposed to reach out because I know he knows. I told him I loved him and whatever. So I'm seeing hopefully he's finally hitting that rock bottom, because it's many, many, many times that I felt like he's done that before, but
He's
he
opening up
hasn't.
his
So
heart central circle system.
I'm hoping that this is like the last thing that'll just wake him up,
Yeah.
and
He'll
we'll
wake
see.
up. He'll wake
We'll
up, but it's up to him to understand what's going on with his mind system, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just, that's a tough one. It's just get you in the feels.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the dark is out of him.
Which made me wonder if maybe that's why he was fighting with other people, because they couldn't control him the way they used to, and he put up a, you said he has shield, so
Yeah, it's
maybe
an
he
energy
stood
field.
his
Yeah, he has an
stood his
activation light.
ground.
Everybody starts with a light. It's just understanding how to protect that light, and you have to understand the code frequency around that body signature. Okay?
So how long can we like keep him protected until he learns this on his own, or is it like permanent? Will he have that protection going forward till he wakes up?
No,
'Cause
it's
he's a
protection
special
going
one.
forward. It's just up to him to get rid of the timelines. And
Okay.
there's some things that he has to do himself, right?
Yeah. Yep. That makes sense. That makes sense.
That's what it is. Everything's a learning process. But the more, because he's strong wind, he has he has a lot of fallouts, and he's resonating with a lot of dark people. I noticed his friends
Yep.
are very dark. So if
Yep.
you resonate around that, it's not good, right?
Exactly. Exactly. And I really honest, just being very real here. I don't want to bury another son.
No, I know. I understand that. I mean, no, he's going to be okay. It's just he has to get rid of the old timelines and get out of the shadows, and he'll be fine. Because it's all about healing. Everything is healing: emotional healing, physical healing, mental healing, and spiritual healing.
Yeah. And a physical, he's got a big physical one.
Yeah,
Big physical one.
yeah. So
Yeah. Broke his back. He's got a fusion through 7 discs.
yeah, that could be healed through his thoughts.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's always been a fast healer, and he left the hospital before he should have, and against the doctor's recommendations. So AMA, I guess, against medical advice,
Yeah.
which nobody was happy about. But he's always been a fast healer, but he's suffering right now, so it's hard.
Yeah, no, he'll be all right. He just has to get his adjustments. Once he gets that, he'll be fine. It's understanding too, when you go through your transformation lights, you can actually see the future of other people and where they're going to be. And it's amazing when you go through energy, because you see a lot, and you're going to see that too. I mean, your telepathy is kicking in, your mind telepathy is kicking in, mind over matter, everything is connection. Because like I said, you're in the 6th dimension through the 6th solar planet division. You can't communicate unless you understand your mind system completely, right? Your adaptation of your thoughts have to be on its force recognition, nothing but positive feeds and no negative systems.
Right.
Because the solar division can't connect with the negative system. So everything is an upgrade, right? So
I got a lot to play with.
yeah.
Thank you. I really appreciate all of your help.
Oh, you're extremely welcome. So I think that's good.
Yep. Thank you.
So like I said, anything else you want to know, let me know. I'm glad you got back to me about the music. I'm glad I can help you out with that, especially that, because you had so much blockage, and I can see it right away.
And I was hesitating on whether to ask you about that, because I thought, well, I should ask myself. And then I was like, no, there's something about this.
If you keep watching that, I have to change your pixel activations again, because you're in a different light activation code. And then I got to go to the dark realm system, because now you're putting different energy in. So
sorry about that.
That's okay. That's totally fine. I mean, we're all bound to make mistakes, but as long as we learn from our mistakes and we bring ourselves forward through its consciousness, then we'll be a lot better with it, So,
That's
okay.
good.
So namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, my friend.
Take it easy.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Much love. Bye.